low carb tips for low carb diets as a cyclist, as anyone. If you want to lose in life, do low carb. All right. If you want to be a loser or feel like a loser, all right. All jokes aside, literally, if you want to feel like a chump, if you want to play life on hard mode, if you want to gain a lot of weight, thrash out your metabolism, and gain heaps of body fat, then do a low carb diet. If you want to have super high cortisol and drain out your adrenal glands and create adrenal fatigue, exacerbate or get Lyme's disease symptoms, all right? Have slow thyroid function, high TSH, low T3, low T4. If you want those things, do a low carb diet. If you want constipation, increase your chances of all cancers and all mortality cause risks, then do a low carb diet. Eat fat, all right? Instead of burning body fat off, all right, instead of using the body fat, eat the fat. So you've got two choices, all right? You can burn body fat by not eating the fat, so your body can actually tap into the fat stores, all right? Or you can eat more fat and store more fat. It makes no sense. Unless, now this is, if you're underweight, then yes, please eat enough fat till you come up to a better body mass index, you know? But generally, if you're underweight, something else is going on. Maybe you got some health issues, some Crohn's disease, or you've got an eating disorder, disordered eating, or you're getting orthorexic. But, you know, anyway, this video is mostly for people who want to lose weight, because most people out there watching YouTube want to lose weight. They want to have veins. The guys want to have veins in their arms and be able to see some anatomy chart look thing. They want to be able to see the shoulders, the biceps, you know, have some sort of definition, some separation in the muscle. Most guys want that. Most girls don't like a guy who's this lean. If you want to see the jawline, high carb diets for you, okay? Now, you know, but people out there are like, oh, but carbs are bad. Remember this, put your ears on. Over 3 billion people around the world are as lean as me, slim as me, and they don't train hardcore, they don't have a gym, they got no idea, zero idea about calories in, calories out. But they're lean, they're slim. The girls look amazing, the guys look like they're from 1950s Hollywood, you know what I mean? Why is that? And they're having carbohydrate, refined carbohydrate, white sugar, white flour, cornmeal, white rice, and they're lean. Why is that? Because their diet is low fat. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. There's over 3 billion lean humans on a high carb diet. Refined carbs, all right? They're not doing whole foods only. Just eating traditional Asian, Indian, African diets. In Africa, it's white rice, corn flour, ugali, you know, teff flour. In India, it's white rice, okay, and sugar in Africa too. In Asia is white rice, corn, and sugar. And Africa is also maize, corn, you know, starches. Starches, fruits, and sugars are the main staple foods of the world's leanest, healthiest, longest lived, most happy, most productive cultures, all right? If you had to, and guys know this intuitively, if you're a traveled man, all right, if you're a traveled man like me, I've been traveling the world for over 2 decades. I haven't been in the same place, the same town longer than 3 months, all right? I've always bouncing around somewhere, okay? And with those travels, always being carved up, always paying attention, basically being like a detective. I like to not miss things in life. I like to be able to pay attention, right? And to be able to pay attention, you need to have cortisol, which is, you know, in moderation, under control. If your cortisol is super high, you can't really pay attention. Think of a fight or flight situation. So if someone gets in your face and you lock in, you forget what else around you, just like, let's go, you know, like you're just forgetting what else is around there. You know, you're fighting on this, that's high cortisol. So here I'm traveling around the world with chill cortisol, because I'm always putting sugars in my gob. Pussy. And, there's like a bit of pussy on the camera. So I'm traveling around the world with, you know, with cortisol within good ranges, because I'm eating enough carbohydrates, so I can observe things better, okay? And the happy girls out there, and the happy guys, they're in Asia, all right? They're in India, and they're in some parts of Africa that doesn't have any civil conflict, okay? But there's parts of the world, Africa's, India, Asia, these country rural areas, assuming don't have any religious warfare, okay, let's take that away, where they're just so peaceful. They're just so friendly. They'll invite you in their house. They're earning $2 a day, $3 a day, $1 a day. They come on in, they're smiling. Like, hey man, have some corn, have some water, you know, have some fruit. I got the mangoes, brother. You know. And I've traveled these places with my little bicycle, all right, and met these people. And the women, it's like, damn, waste, like sandwich waste. Just grab it and bite it, you know, like. And the guys are, we all look the same. Take your shirt off, you can see some abs, you can see some, you know what I mean? You can see some abdominal muscle, man. I don't train abs, right? People are like, oh, you must train abs every day. I train abs like every few months. So I should do some sit-ups. And I'm like, that's fucking boring, you know? Like when you have low body fat, the abs will come out. Obviously, if I trained abs, I'd have some pretty impressive abs. I'd pop more, but I'm too lazy, you know? And anyway, so that's just the deal. How to do a low carb diet. You just cut your carbs and lose, man. Cut carbs, cut life. Cut carbs, cut performance. Cut lice, cut lice. Cut rice, you're gonna get head lice, okay? No, you're not. But you cut rice, you're gonna be feeling not nice, okay? If I want to have the best sleep ever, I'm having white rice for dinner as much as I want. I'm not tracking my calories in or out. And no one can even really do that anyway. There's not a single person on the planet who can accurately track every calorie. They can, and there's not a single person on the planet can track how much you actually need. There's no one that can track how much you actually digest, okay? It always varies, like, you know, like if mulberries over here, like each mulberry's gonna be different calories. If it's got more sugar from the sun on one side, you know, if it's got more water, it's gonna be heavier, but different calorie content versus the dried mulberry that was under the bush because it, you know, didn't have enough water. Like, you know, there's so many variables, man. 3 billion people in the world are lean, happy, and healthy, and they don't track calories in, calories out. All right? And they're eating high carb, low fat. So whenever someone says, well, low carb is better for health and better for weight loss, it's like, politely, fucking bullshit. All right? Politely spoken, fucking bullshit, bro. Stop telling yourself bullshit and stop spreading out there. And you have these people on the forums, yeah, I'm doing keto, I'm fucking smashing it. And it's like 0 videos, 0 data, 0 proof. Big claims need big proof, okay? I remember one time I was doing a ride in 2010. It was the Brisbane to Gold Coast ride. And this one of these guys was like, oh, I've seen you off YouTube, you know, you're the vegan guy. You know, I'm doing keto, I don't do carbs. And I'm like, you don't do carbs? I don't do carbs at all, mate. I said, what'd you have for dinner last night? He goes, oh, I had just like a little bit of rice and chicken. And I was like, so you have carbs? Oh, I'll be like, yeah, a little bit, but you sit in there any carbs. Anyway, so what about breakfast? I had sausages, bacon with breakfast this morning. It's okay. Well, we're about half an hour in the ride. I'll give you another 10, 15 minutes before you're boom out the back. He's like, no, man, I'm good, man, I'm good. I'm like, let's set the pace a bit. He goes, oh, okay. So I'm half wheeling him. I've got my power meter on and I'm just holding 320, 300 watts. And he's dropped with like a minute. So I'm like, okay, not dropping soon. So I bring it back down to 250 watts. And I'm just holding that, you know, just creeping up 250, 255, 257, 260 watts. Yeah, just half within him, but not enough to blow him out the door again. And then bang, he just, oh mate, I got to go. I think something wrong with my bike. So I hit the brakes, make sure there's no one behind me. So what's wrong with your bike? Just look, mate, just get out of my face, mate. You know, just leave me alone. And I'm like, you're bunkering, bro. Here's some jelly beans. I don't need any jelly beans. Just fuck off, mate. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, man, and that we're going to the Gold Coast. So I rode from Brisbane to the Gold Coast, and then I rode back. What happened to old mate? He lost that whole day. The joy of cycling. Like, once you get addicted to cycling, you know, that can happen the first week, the first year. Once you get a nice bike that fits you, you find a saddle you like, and you know, you just get fucking addicted to it, man. And it's a drug, all right? It's my favorite drug is cycling. Like, it makes me feel better. I need to ride, even if it's just around the block. Like today I rode around the block just to test some gears out. And it just, you know, I was like out there for like 2 minutes, just riding around the block, you know? Just around these fucking technological advances. And it just got me hyped. Cycling's a drug, and it really pisses me off, makes me feel sad. Makes me feel more sad than angry that people out there promoting low-carb diet. If you're a cyclist and you're getting a low-carb diet, you're just gonna have a shit experience. You're gonna have high cortisol, you're gonna be dependent on stimulants, and eventually you're gonna quit. Look what happened to Jan Ulrich, right? Look what happened to Jan Ulrich. Jan Ulrich, probably the greatest talent of cycling of all time, got involved with low-carb diets. All right, Jan, you've got to lose extra kilo to beat Lance. Okay, what should I do? Eat low carb. So he'd do his stupid low-carb diets, lose some weight, then binge out on, you know, German pastries, all this fatty stuff, hitting the grog, hitting the ecstasy because he felt so shit, got a dance party because his serotonin's so low from low carb. You know, his performance is up and down. People are like, oh, you're shit, you're good, you're shit. And the press is smashing him. Just this young kid didn't have that that support group. And so he got involved with a low carb diet, man. And if you know, you know. Right? If you're involved in the cycling circles, you know the stories. Now Jan's talking more about it. Like, what a tragedy, man. What absolute tragedy that Jan Ullrich, potentially the greatest cycling performance talent of all time, got that robbed. Robbed. He probably would have beat Lance if he was, had the carb knowledge all year long, versus just carbs on race day. Right? Imagine that's like riding a 10 kilo bike or something. It's just like, it's such a no, it's worse than that. It's a disadvantage. You can't recover properly. You have mental health issues. You're not really enjoying it, man. So that's the tragedy. So if you want to know what low carb diet does to a human, always use Jan Ullrich. All right. When you cut carbs, you always increase fat intake. When you increase fat intake, you increase body fat. And that's fine if you're anorexic and underweight. Bringing fat up helps your hormones. But if you're like the average cyclist, average person out there, you're probably trying to lose some fat, okay? So eating more fat just makes no sense. What about healthy fats? Yeah, healthy fats are great for healthy body fat stores. All right? If you do a biopsy on your ass and you eat a lot of healthy fats, you'll have healthy fats in the biopsy score. So, so Jan Ullrich got into that, just destroyed him. And then when you cut carbs, you increase stimulants. When you cut carbs, you increase fat intake. When you cut carbs, you increase protein intake. We know protein and fat increase insulin resistance, which is great if you're trying to gain weight. All right, high insulin resistance means fast insulin levels, which is great if you're trying to gain weight. But if you're trying to lose body fat and reduce inflammation, high insulin is not good. Okay, so sugar reverses type 2 diabetes because it clears the insulin receptor site. Okay. When you have a high sugar diet, you eat less fat because you're like, oh, I'm satiated, okay? Do the experiment, all right? Cut your carbs and notice how fat desire goes up, protein desire goes up. Increase your carbs to as much as you care for, unlimited as much as you want, all right? Unlimited means as much as you want. Whether it might be an apple, it might be 50 apples, all right? It might be a bowl of rice, it might be 10 bowls of rice. Whatever your body craves at the moment. It's like sleep, always get unlimited sleep. Don't wake up to alarm clock. Stay in bed until your body's like, I'm done. Ideally, go to bed earlier, so otherwise sleep until 2 p.m. But if you start going to bed at 8, 9 p.m. and then sleeping for as long as you want, your whole life's going to change. Anyway, let's get back on topic with the unlimited carbs. Just do the experiment, and notice how when you have unlimited carbs, your fat and protein desires go right down. Right? And look at all the people who demonize sugar. They love their alcohol at night time. Oh, red wine. Carbs are bad, but red wine's good. White wine, get them a grog. And they all love their potato chips, crisps. Oh, and that's full of fat. Potato by itself is a perfect food. Cook it up, it's amazing. Great glycemic index, high. Hits your muscles good. It satiates. Good fiber, all that stuff. Nutrients. But then you add it, cook it in oil, and you got your trans fats and all that stuff. And excess fat makes your skin oily, and acne. Blah, blah, blah. Insulin resistance. Fat blocks the insulin receptor site. Any endocrinologist with worth their merit knows that. Deep dive on human physiology. So when you increase carbohydrate intake, you automatically will have less and less desire for fat and protein intake. And if your goal is weight loss, less fat and less protein grams, boom, you'll be as lean or leaner than me over time. Look at all the people who do my protocols long term. Look at all my girlfriends last 15 years. All of them, whether they come to be fat or they're thin, they get them looking amazing or they stay looking amazing. And they actually all look better. The longer someone stays with me, the better they actually look, don't they? Okay? It's arrogant, but it's true. Anyway, that's the deal. I'm here to help people. I'm here to tell people the truth, what they need to hear. And that's at the end of the day, man, like, life's short. Today, this could be your last day ever. So why destroy the moments by being in a state of ketosis with high cortisol, low serotonin, low dopamine, and just being a grumble bum to be around, all right? The people who eat the least carbs freak out the most. The people who avoid sugar are unreliable, unfun, okay? It's when you fear sugar, you go into orthorexia land and you just crush your performance, man. And I've been around, I'm a diet detective. When I was 8 years of age, look at how I can just prattle along one cut, no jump cuts in this video. When I was 8 years old, my mum's like, no TV, you're not allowed to own a Nintendo. So I'm like, great, I can watch TV on the weekends, and that's it. So during the weekdays, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I've got no Nintendo, not outside because it's, raining or whatever, or there's people gonna kidnap me, fair enough. And mum being mum. And so I'm just sitting around indoors, I'm like, there's insects in the garden. I can go play with them. I used to go hang out with the spiders and learn about spiders and bugs, and that was great. But on the rainy days, you know, got to stay indoors, and so I'm reading diet books. I'm reading the dictionary, that was boring. Go to diet books, got some pictures in there. And so I'm reading my mum's diet books, and I'm thinking, this is all crazy. And then I'd watch my mum cut her carbs out over time, and her mood would always crash. She'd cut, I'm not eating any chocolate, no sugar in the house. And then her mood would be tanking. She'd be smashing dishes against the wall, screaming, freaking out. And she wouldn't even remember this stuff. I talk to my mum most days, and she's like, I didn't smash dishes against the wall. It's like, yes, you did. And that's something, you do shit, you as a woman, you want to forget. Right? You block it out because you're like, that's not me. I didn't do that. No. That is the danger of low carb. And it's especially important for women, sugar. Right? Since if you don't get enough sugar when you're hitting your luteal phase, building up to your PMS setup, you go extra crazy, feel extra depressed, feel extra bitchy and snitchy, and just do stupid shit, and erode your relationship and connections and stuff like that. And you just don't feel good. People, never cut your carbohydrates, please. Do the experiment. Eat unlimited. Eat like 3 billion lean people around the world who don't track calories in, calories out. Calories in, calories out is for teenage girls in rich suburbs with eating disorders, all right? It's fucking pointless, man. Tracking calories in, calories out is for fucking losers, man. Seriously. And I say that with love. If you want to lose in life and be a loser, track your calories in, calories out, trying to be like, which I don't. And look how fucking ripped I am, man. All right? I'm 46. I've got a neck injury. I haven't been able to train. I can't go and romp out 200K rides like I used to. I used to do 2,000 Ks a week and still be this lean, all right? And I'm doing 50 Ks a week versus 2,000 Ks, and I'm still the same body fat. What's going on there, okay? So it's crazy. Anyway, I can rant and ramble on like I always will, and always have. And it's been 16 minutes. You get the picture. Do the experiment, man. Cut your fat. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. Why are you cutting carbs to lose body fat and then you're coming home and eating fat? That is like me cleaning my S-Works. Oh, my S-Works has got mud and sand on the chain. Let me clean the chain with more mud and sand. Use water. Use carbs. Cut the fat from your diet. Let your body burn the fat off the body. Common sense. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. Stop starving yourself. Let's start eating and living. Carb the fuck up.